Welcome to the Mouska Moms Podcast, a Disney planning podcast where we enjoy quick conversations and cocktails with a Disney twist. We are your hosts, Jennifer, that's me, hello, Lori.
Hi.
And Juliana.
What's up?
Today we are looking ahead to 2023. As 2023 Walt Disney World packages are released, finally, we are getting so excited about everything that 2023 holds for Walt Disney World. But first, of course, we need to begin with the Mouska cocktail.
All right. So the Mouska cocktail, we wanted to celebrate one of the biggest things that I think is happening in 2023, which is Tron, right? So in celebrating Tron, we searched for a Tron cocktail. There's nothing Tron at Disney just yet, but it's coming. And we found a Tron speakeasy in San Francisco from 2017. Unfortunately, it's closed. So let's pour a little something of our drink out for the grid. Tron speakeasy in San Francisco, because this place looked really cool. The pictures online looked amazing. The cocktails looked out of this world. Pardon the pun. It just looked really cool. So we chose the Around the World drink because that's sort of appropriate for Disney, right? Anyway, it was a Japanese brandy, sake, a watermelon simple syrup, lemon juice, lime bitters, lemon oil, cucumber, and little watermelon caviars in the bottom. And there's also something called nori tincture in this drink that I had to look up, which is what it sounds like. It's like a seaweed-based, almost like not a bitter, but something like how I would imagine how you would use a bitter. And I bet it adds like a nice salty brininess to balance against the sweet and sour of this drink is my guess. I don't know. I'd love to taste it.
I think we need to make this.
I know, but these are not ingredients that I have readily on hand.
There's a lot of prep work that would go into this if we were to make it for our own. We'd have to make the watermelon simple syrup, and I guess it would be easy. Like, I feel like the nori would just melt in hot water if you just put it in hot water for a while. I think,
I don't know. If anyone is from San Francisco that is listening and has been here or heard about this place or whatever, we wish we could have tried it because the drinks sounded really good. And this one's really interesting. I mean, just different cool stuff that you can't get anywhere else.
I would say it's completely, all the ingredients are completely different, which is why, we're hesitating to try and make it, to try and find these ingredients. But this is one where when I see it on the menu, I'm like, I'm going to order that because there's no way I'm making this.
This is the kind of thing that like a master mixologist is putting together. Like, I am not going to figure this out in my kitchen.
No. And to buy all of these ingredients to make the one drink would be a really expensive cocktail.
Well, you have to have multiple drinks.
I invite any of you to give it a shot and let us know how it goes. And then I beg any of you to find the master crafter of this drink and ask them to make one for me because I want to try it. I want to try it. All right. So shout out to the Grid in San Francisco.
Yes.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Mouska Moms are avid travel enthusiasts, and our podcast is sponsored by Kingdom and Cruise Travel. If you're interested in booking a vacation to Disney or any other worldwide destination, be sure to check out our website, kingdomandcruise.com, and our Facebook page at Kingdom and Cruise Travel.
Okay, so with 2023 Walt Disney World packages releasing, we thought we would take a look at 2023 and all that Walt Disney World is going to have to offer. So, of course, we started with the cocktail for Tron. So let's start with Tron. Tron is expected to open in 2023. It was supposed to open 2022. And I think Guardians kind of beat it. So they put their horses with them and decided to abandon, kind of Tron. But I think now they've been working on it pretty consistently. So I think 2023 is completely realistic.
I think every trip that we do together, because of course we ride People Mover because it's like the best ride ever. Yes. And so from People Mover,
It is.
It is. Oh, that wasn't a joke.
Laughing. Oh, she's laughing.
Oh, she's.
That's okay. I like Astro Orbiter, so
ew.
Let's
I know. Go there. I like it better.
But one of the reasons that I love People Mover is because you get a great bird's eye view of what's going on in the park. And part of that is that we've gotten to see the progress on Tron over the last year or so. And they're definitely working every single day.
Yeah.
It just, it's been slow. Like I haven't noticed much of a change in the last couple of trips, but.
No, that's why I think they just kind of, if you got two projects opening up in the same vicinity and you're like, we're going to open up this one, we're going to kind of shove more people that way.
Absolutely. You got to milk it, right?
Yeah. So,
and I think they were prioritizing Epcot projects anyway, because it's going through such a huge overhaul. So
yes,
I get it, but I'm excited for this one. This one looks amazing.
I'm really excited. They did a try. Somebody got on video. They were doing its first run through. So without people on it, but they did the first run through of it. So the track is complete. It's also huge.
It's huge.
So it is kind of, I would think in terms of like a Guardians of the Galaxy where you're walking in and it is a massive, massive area you're walking into. So it's almost, as big as like, Space Mountains in that entire area. So it'll be interesting because it's going to be in the backside of Space Mountain. And I would think we're going to see how this goes, that it's going to funnel neck kind of net. You have a very small pathway to get like past Space Mountain to Tron. And I'm like, we're going to see how this works because that is very skinny to get everyone through it.
And it's always really saturated with people because it already is a very small space for the amount of people that you're usually crowded in there to get on Space Mountain. But it's good. I'm excited to see that they're bringing all these thrill rides lately to the parks. And I was
going to say that Magic Kingdom needs more, right? Yeah. There is no thrill ride in Magic Kingdom. Let's be honest. Like Space Mountain is not really.
Space Mountain is 50 years old.
Yeah, it was a thrill ride.
Don't knock it.
Years ago. No, I love it, but it's not a thrill ride. And I don't mean a thrill ride like Tower of Terror. I don't need that. But something along the lines of Hyperspace Mountain, for example, or Incredicoaster, right? Like they need that. And I think Tron will deliver in a big way. I love the car. The ride? What do they call
vehicle? It does. It looks like Hagrid's motorbike. If you've seen pictures of it,
it's gonna be amazing. And if it's smooth,
which it's got to be because the last couple have been so smooth with the new technology. This is not a new ride, though. No. This ride already exists.
Right?
Where? Tokyo,
I believe.
Not sure.
No, I don't know.
So you can go and look at YouTube videos, like ride videos already. I'm not going to do that. I want to be surprised. But, I have seen the ride vehicles. It does very much resemble what we would see on Hagrid's motorbike. So it's got to be it's definitely got to be the Tron, the cycle thing.
Right. It's in Shanghai, it's been closed for quite some time.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter. They're closed, right? Right. So you'll see an old video, but I'm sure it'll be exactly the same.
But it hasn't changed. So.
No.
I think I watched something. They said they're not changing it.
No.
It's
Why would they?
Essentially the same because that's people wanted it brought over. So let's be honest, the amount of people that are able to go to Disneyland Shanghai is very slim. So I'm excited that they're bringing this one over, even though it's not a new ride. It'll be
new to us.
Everyone here.
Yeah, it's new to us. Yeah. But you're right. But Jen's right. It's not going to contain surprises. If you really want to know, you can find out online. But nonetheless, I'm super stoked about it. I'm super stoked.
Yes. No, this one will be a big one. So that is over in Magic Kingdom. So obviously we mentioned Epcot. So Guardians of the Galaxy is opened up this year. So 2022. But they still have a ton of renovations that are going on in Epcot. And I know they said they weren't going to be done until 2024, but we should see a lot of the progress being completed in 2023. Specifically, hopefully, the one area that I was excited about was the Moana's Journey of Water. So I'm hoping that is the one that gets finished sometime in 2023. But they're doing a play pavilion. They're doing a ton of things in that center area.
And again, like you can see into that area from the monorail. And there is progress happening and there is work going on every single day. So I think that they're on track to move things along, hopefully for probably a late 2023 slow opening of these areas in the park. But nothing as exciting in Epcot as what just happened with Guardians of the Galaxy. I think Tron is going to be the major thing for 2023, but
Agreed. But that honestly does frustrate me in a way because I just want Epcot to be done. And selfishly, because I do not have very many more half marathons in me, if any. And I'm like, the route was not through the park. It was really around the back of the park because everything is closed. And, certainly while I was running, I didn't even know because it was my first, but I thought it was curious. I expected to be in the World Showcase. So I just want it to be runnable by the time I retire from this new thing of mine.
And pretty.
Honestly.
And pretty.
It's an eyesore.
The walls everywhere. And y'all know how much I love Epcot, and I'm still going to go every trip. I never skip this park, but
I'm hoping that
I want it to be fun.
I'm hoping they open up section after section as it gets complete, kind of like they just did. Connections got open. It was finished. They opened it. Guest services got redone.
Made me so happy.
So I'm hoping in 2023, at least if it's not 100% done, we'll at least get section by section opening up.
I think they will. I think that's how they're working on it. Again, like I said, you can see it from the monorail, and it looks like that's how they're working on it. Like you said, they finished everything in that section over by Mission Space and opened it as it was finished. Hopefully they'll do the same for...
I love how they're retheming all of Future World, right? Like how it was Future World East and Future World West. And then within those, there was Innoventions and it was very confusing to guide people too. Like you're going to go here in this place, and then you're going to go to the... so I don't even know, are they even going to call it Future World anymore? Because it looks like World Discovery, World Celebration, and World Nature.
Yeah, but then they said there might be some changes. Because this was the initial plan in terms of like before COVID. And obviously I think they scaled back money-wise, shocking. And so we'll see. It would make sense if they kept this. You have the Discovery area of Mission Space and Guardians now and everything over there.
It does make sense.
World Nature, which is living on the land, and Figment and Nemo.
And the seas, right. Totally.
Celebration should be in the middle. So it makes sense. And that's, if they keep it, I'm hoping they do.
I bet they will. They're very much into their names and labels and stuff. So
these names are super easy. So it makes me
really are
if they're going to keep these, because usually they make them as complicated and
You're
long
right.
as possible. So
what do you mean, Lightning Lane? What are you talking about? Good Lord.
Lane, Genie Plus Individual Light. Like I'm just like, these are really easy. Are you going to?
They've been missing the mark with the names lately. Hopefully this plan was around before they started messing stuff up.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. So that is Epcot. One park we're not really going to talk about is Animal Kingdom. There's nothing new really going on towards over there. So
can we comment on how that doesn't bother me at all, because so many people skip it and now I can just enjoy Animal Kingdom without a lot of people?
Yes.
Let's just say that.
I think
y'all don't skip Animal Kingdom in 2023. It's going to be awesome. No one else will be there.
Well, and I think they're bringing back, obviously Lion King's back, Nemo's coming back this year, so their shows are coming back. Don't make that face. We don't know what the new one's going to be like.
That show is awful.
And you know what else is awful?
And the new one will be awful too.
They need to do something about that Kite Tails.
I like Kite Tails.
Ew, they've redone it like 3 times.
They've redone it 3 times. They know it's not working. It's cute, but you know what? I saw it once. I don't need to ever see it again.
Yeah, well, that's what I like about it. I don't need to wait in line, but it's cute to catch while you're sitting at Flame Tree.
But I feel differently.
It's not like a Phantasmic, which we're going to talk about soon here, where I'm like, I could go 15 times and I still want to go.
Harmonious.
All right, well, let's just...
Fabulous.
I love
Harmonious.
I agree with you.
I
love Harmonious.
They need some sort of... They just need something to
over
anchor
there.
That evening.
Yes.
Agreed.
Something.
Agreed.
But anyway, I digress.
Yes.
We digress. Okay. So moving on.
So other park, Hollywood Studios. So Hollywood Studios obviously already went through a ton of changes. So you got Galaxy's Edge put in, Rise the Resistance that opened. You have Star Cruiser that opened up. So the bigger thing over here is that they are actually opening up a new table service restaurant.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Sorry.
In Toy Story Land, called Roundup Rodeo Barbecue Restaurant, based on Woody. But this one, I can't tell you if it's 2023 or end of 2022 because I feel like they've just hush-hushed this one.
Yeah. But I think it's coming. Again, you see them working on it every single day. Restaurants are a little bit easier.
I was shocked. I think I saw a picture like a few weeks ago. So the wall's been up. So if you're walking into Toy Story Land, you see giant Woody. It's on directly on the right-hand side. Yes, directly on the right-hand side of Slinky Dog. And you'll see a big wall and it says Roundup on there. So that's where the entrance is going to be. And I saw a picture of what it looks like behind the wall and it was still dirt.
Oh, really?
And I was like, what?
That's shocking to me.
So that's why I was like, it says all over 2022. But in my head, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way this is going to be open until 2023.
It's a restaurant is much easier than an attraction.
Maybe.
So,
For
but we
sure.
also,
I mean, in terms of engineering and whatnot.
Yeah. So
we also
we'll see.
don't know anything really about whether or not this is going to have characters, right?
No, they mentioned it is going to have characters. So it's going to be more like a dinner show. I don't think quite as crazy as Hoop-de-Doo. But it's supposed to be more of a dinner show type atmosphere. So I don't know. My thought was that, if you go on Disney's cruise line for the Magic, they have Rapunzel and they do like a Rapunzel dinner where it's kind of a show, but you're able to eat and they come on sporadically. That's my thought process.
That would be
with
great.
How it looked. But I don't know if that still means the characters are going to come table to table to table to take pictures.
Hollywood Studios definitely needs a new table service restaurant. So I'm so excited about this. And Disney does a pretty good job with their barbecue. We always talk about Flame Tree. I love Regal Eagle Smokehouse. We love the Polite Pig. So I have really high hopes for this one.
Yeah. Wait a minute, though.
Oh.
But you hate Whispering Canyon.
Because it's not barbecue. It's stuff shoved onto a cast iron.
Okay. Okie dokie.
You definitely made a point. I mean, wait, maybe we need to go. Maybe I just need to go with you. Maybe that's my problem.
It's not. The food's not that good. Although that apple cobbler, that cobbler with ice cream on top.
It's all right. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
we need to go back.
You
know what the problem was? I ate there on a Friday during Lent, and I wanted to eat it all. And I couldn't eat it. So I'm still like missing out. I need to fill that hole.
Oh my God. And now we get the full story.
I know.
That's what it was.
Makes a little more sense now.
You guys were with me.
Okay.
I sat
anyway, super excited. I have high hopes for this one. I can't wait to see.
I also think Hollywood Studios really needs another character dining experience. What is it? The mini one.
Hollywood and Vine.
Yeah.
Well, Hollywood and Vine it's buffet, and that's people get a little.
People do like a buffet, so we don't know anything about whether or not this one will be like family style or anything.
We know
family style would be nice,
would be really
just
nice.
like Whispering
Anywho, what else are we excited about for 2023?
Can I say this one because
can
I say it?
Yes,
because I'm obsessed with Fantasmic. Is that what you're going to say?
Yes. Go.
Lori added this in the 2023 because for sure it will be back by then, right, Lori? I mean, they said by the end of 2022, but I am so anxiously waiting. I haven't heard a word about it in a long time, and it is my absolute favorite Disney show ever.
It is. I thought it was opening up this summer, so they drained the water. They put water back in. Somebody got a picture of the water back in. They said they were going to change some characters and new characters were coming in. So obviously
they were going to make it a little, they were going to make it more sensitive.
Correct.
Right?
And it's more, and it's so they're rehearsing, but we still don't have a date.
Yeah. You know why I was confused? Because they have a date already for Disneyland.
Yeah. Disneyland is opening up very soon, actually.
Very soon. Yeah.
Very, very soon. Actually, it might be open by the time this airs.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but they've said they're they've dropped a whole bunch of information, but I'm like, and nothing.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a great one.
I
Again,
love it.
there are those staples that like you need to see Phantasmic, you need to see Harmonious, you sort of need to see Enchantment.
That's why I've
Animal
been
Kingdom
stuck
needs something.
eating at Hollywood and Vine because they used to do the dining
Yes.
packages for Phantasmic, and that it was so Phantasmic was always so popular that I was like, we're going to do a dining package because then I don't have to show up 45 minutes ahead of time and we get our specialized seating.
Yeah.
And we just dealt with Hollywood and Vine.
We used to fast pass it, Phantasmic.
Yeah.
But we would do it like as our fourth,
Yes.
where
the fourth,
fast
the
pass
third,
it.
the second fast pass.
Oh, fast passes.
But alas.
All right. So that was pretty much it for Hollywood Studios. Like we said, it has already had a bunch of stuff already happen and update and everything else over there. I'm hoping the Little Mermaid show comes back there too. I don't know what they're doing with that. It's still not open. I used to love that one. That one
They
was
need
cute.
something back there in that area of the park.
A lot of chatter about whether it will ever come back, but they did fix the sign. Remember, they took the sign down and people were like, "Oh, they're taking it
It's
away."
gone. But
And
then they put
the
it back up.
Yeah.
The Star Wars meet and greets are coming back there though. So
That's
that
cool.
will amp with that section of Hollywood Studios. So that is Hollywood Studios.
I feel like Hollywood Studios is getting back to a park that I don't hate as much anymore.
I only hate it because of the crowds.
Right.
I love the park itself. I do think their quick service options are amazing. I know that we have arguments about Brown Derby, but I love it. And their snacks are awesome over there too.
You know, we had a great meal in their lounge there when the three of us were there a couple of weeks ago. So
it's true. Hollywood Studios is looking up. If there's anything they can do about the flow of the park, because it is definitely the most piecemeal park in terms of layout. Like if
you could just create a separate entrance into Galaxy's Edge for everyone else and Toy Story, so that there was a whole other way of getting back there, so it didn't affect the rest of the park.
Right.
That would be great.
It's like a circle, and then it just doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No,
I feel like we're being very critical today.
No, but it doesn't. That's everyone has problems with Hollywood Studios because it does. There's just no way to get there's two entrances into Galaxy's Edge, but you're going through Toy Story Land, which is congested, or you're going through by Star Tours, which is congested. It's just there's no bigger walkways to separate and little thing like Magic Kingdom has little tiny walkways that you can, if you're like, oh my God, I can't deal with this, you can go around the other side of the castle. You can go this way. So they need to, the flow is not good there, as you said. It's not good.
It's not. It really never was, honestly. I mean, even before Galaxy's Edge, because look, you have to walk all the way down Sunset Boulevard to get to Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster. And guess what? Once you're there, you have to walk all the way back. There's it's a two-way street. Well, anyway, I have always been a huge fan of Hollywood Studios. I love Sunset Boulevard, but lately it's the crowds. It's just been so crazy.
It's the crowds. If the crowds weren't as bad, you wouldn't have noticed it as much.
You know what? Maybe with Tron coming, hopefully, and with Guardian.
I think that's huge. And I think with us getting excited for 2023, part of that is I'm really excited to see with now the opening of Guardians of the Galaxy and the new parts that are coming to Epcot. I feel like that's going to be a big draw away from the other parks into Epcot. And then Tron is going to be another big draw away from the other parks into the Magic Kingdom. And Hollywood Studios, the big complaint is that Rise of the Resistance is a huge draw away from the other parks into Hollywood Studios. I think that this is evening things out a little bit more. So I'm excited to see for 2023 what that will mean for crowd control and what that will mean for attendance and all of those things. So I think it's going to be a good year. But anywho.
All right. So then there's some other things. I'm going to skip one, come back to it. The MagicBand Plus kind of came out, then it got pulled back, kind of out. Not really. It should be out by 2023. My thought process here is it's going to release this year. but I don't think the kinks and everything are going to be worked out until next year.
I don't even understand what it does. Like, I don't, but we'll find out.
Well,
I guess.
yeah, I mean, they've released some stuff. It interacts with statues. Supposedly, it interacts when you're at fireworks, and you're able to say, "What is it? Hey Disney," instead of "Hey Siri." And you can ask questions, apparently.
And how much do they cost?
Well, when they were mistakenly released, they were $30.
That must have been a mistake.
That's a mistake price.
That was a mistake. They were priced as the regular MagicBand.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Man, I wish I got my hands on one of those for $30.
I know. I can't imagine they'll be less than 50, but if they're operating as sort of an Apple Watch for Disney,
I'm thinking $100 for these things.
I'm thinking I can't wait to see what they do. I'm excited.
I want to see what it does. I mean, I love the MagicBands. Hopefully they fixed it so it has a clock.
Yeah.
Watch face. I think it would be really cool if they somehow kept you from having to have your face in your phone all day.
That's exactly what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
That's my hope. And my hope is that honestly, I would pay $30 more MagicBand just to see a clock face on there or watch face so I can. Because the amount of times I see people lift their hand up on the MagicBand to look at the time and they're like, oh, no, just fix it. Fix it. Either that or you can ask if you can actually talk to it. Hey, Disney, what time is it? And it can tell you.
I'm sure that you can. I'm sure that's probably one of the things. Or, hey, Disney, how much time do I have before my dining reservation?
Hey, Disney, can you bring back FastPass?
I think that's very funny. I think you guys have way too high, even with the exception, with ruling out what you just said, Lori. I think you guys have way too high expectations for this MagicBand thing.
Well, that's why I'm going to let other people buy it first.
Do it first.
Yeah. Wait till 2023. I don't have high expectations, but I haven't truly read much about what it can do, and we'll see.
We're going to see what happens. All right, so now I'm going to go back. So we are hoping that a few other restaurants come back, and really, I think we're down to 2. So I'm not right. What's the proper way of pronouncing this?
Akershus.
Thank you. And 1900 Park Fair. So these are big princess dining.
They need some princess dining.
I don't even I don't.
They must be shy on princesses. That's the only thing I can think of. In all honesty, they must be having a hard time filling the entertainment.
Because character dining has already come back, except for Cinderella's Royal Table. She's still just greeting you at the entrance, and that's it. Their princesses are not back walking around like they used to. So I agree. I'm not sure what the reason is.
These are face characters, right?
And you also have the Little Mermaid and Rapunzel's one over at the boardwalk. That one's just a regular breakfast.
Yeah, Trattoria Al Forno has no characters. It's all the face characters. Like, and if you think about it, again, just speculating, but if you think about it, these are not, they're all actors and entertainers, but these are ones that fit a certain part and whatnot. And maybe when they got furloughed.
No, they're not. They're princesses.
Sorry. But maybe when the princesses got furloughed, they went and princessed somewhere else, right? They got other entertainment jobs. I don't know. I'm sure there are all sorts of reasons and probably maybe even what's the word? Unions or something. I mean, I'm sure there's all kinds of reasons why we're not seeing it.
I know. I'm just confused because now you got Cinderella who is greeting people and hugging, and Elsa and Anna are doing it, and Tiana. Over, they're all.
But that's like 5 people a day, right? That's like 5 people a day for each character, as opposed to a dinner theater or a princess dinner. It's just my hunch.
Yeah, that's true.
I blame everything on staffing.
Yeah, I'm hoping these, they come back. I mean, just bring back 1900 Park Fair breakfast. Give me the food.
Oh, I want the dinner with Drizella and Anastasia.
I get the characters. I want the strawberry soup and the breakfast.
I'll make you strawberry soup.
But again, I think opening up just these 2 restaurants will again take that pressure away from other places so that, you're spreading the wealth, and it makes it a little easier to get dining reservations everywhere because now you have 2 more choices.
Akershus was such a great alternative to Cinderella's Royal Table. But again, like you said, there's no characters there either. So at this point now you're eating at Cinderella's Royal Table just for the
mediocre food.
Yeah. And Akershus is not that
Yeah.
Mediocre food. That's true too. I hear the food at Akershus is better. I was never able to eat there before COVID.
Yeah, actually, I never ate there either because boys, I got some
Actually,
industry
I've eaten there several times because boys, and they love the food there.
rolling.
That's awesome.
I've
Yeah.
wanted to try the food for quite some time.
It
Park
was
Fair,
good.
I never did the dinner. I did the breakfast I loved, and my
See,
kids
I never
loved
did the breakfast. I only did the dinner. So I
Yeah.
would really like to try this strawberry soup that everybody talks
Oh my
about.
God.
Well, hopefully 2023 is our year, ladies, because I think in all other ways, it's going to be a fantastic year. I'm excited to start making my plans there. I'm excited that we can start booking that. And I think everybody should run out and do it because it's going to have a lot of exciting things coming to the parks.
So
And
are you just going to go right into the Mouska tip right there?
I think we
that was
probably
my
could.
segue.
It works.
That was my segue. Our biggest tip for the day is to book those Disney vacations early. You can book your 2023 Walt Disney World vacations June 8th with Kingdom and Cruise Travel. That means that when you do that, you'll get your price locked in, you'll get your dates, you'll get your ticket prices locked in. So even if those ticket prices increase, which they do every year, yours that are attached to that package will not. Your cost will never go up. But on the other hand, if there is a promotion that's released later in the year, we will always be able to apply the promotion to those pre-booked vacations. So there really is never a good reason not to book early, especially when all that's required is a $200 deposit. So make sure you get your dream vacation planned well ahead of time and contact us at Kingdom and Cruise Travel. We'd be happy to take care of all that for you.
All right, Mouska friends, there you have it. We really truly can't wait for 2023 and all that Walt Disney World is going to offer, hopefully, fingers crossed, in that year. I think it's going to be a fabulous year. I feel like we're going to see a lot of returning to the glory we know and love so much, the magic. Anyway, next week, we're really excited to talk about our review of Space 220 and Epcot. You absolutely do not want to miss this review of our shenanigans. We would love to hear from you, and we welcome you to join our community conversations on Facebook at Mouska Moms Podcast, where we dive deeper into this topic and all things Disney and Disney planning. Be sure to follow our show so that you receive notifications when new content is released and you'll never miss an episode. And please consider writing us a review as well. We really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.